Hello and welcome to the networking floor at PTC'25, where I'm now joined by Jamie Khoo, CEO of DayOne. And Jamie, there's a lot of congratulations to say to you first, but before we get into it, how are you finding PTC? How many PTCs have you been to? What number is this?
Oh gosh, I've been filled up every day, so I can't even tell how many sessions I've been. But it's been an enjoying networking session. I think it's a great event. I was just talking to my chairman. It's an event that I should be coming every year. I think it's a great event that people meet people, and then also company meets company. So I really enjoyed it.
I mean, the digital infrastructure world is all here. All operators, all investors, all law firms, the subsea guys, the fiber guys, the technology guys. We're seeing software coming in government. So it's an amazing place to be in.
It's amazing. The customers can find what they want, and the suppliers can find the customers. I think it's a great meeting place.
And I think the best thing is actually the time zone, because you're so far away from everyone. You can actually be present and focus on what you're doing.
That's true, because I can't do anything except to meet people.
There's no one sending you emails, basically.
That's right. I enjoy it very much.
But look, Jamie, as exciting as PTC is, what's exciting is what you've just started heading on, which is DayOne. Talk us through DayOne, which is a rebranding of GDS International to focus on data center expansion across Asia and potentially beyond. We'll get there. But talk us through the reasoning behind DayOne. Why did this all happen? And what do you bring as the CEO of the brand?
Right. I think first of all, on DayOne, the name DayOne encapsulates entrepreneurship. It encapsulates also our plan to be able to create and then invent wherever necessary for new markets. So everything become like a DayOne, a startup for us. The people that we have are very entrepreneur-like. And DayOne kind of remind them that we really have to respect each day, that each day is a forward-looking day for us to really try to make ourselves better, be more energized, and then look forward to better things. That's how we see ourselves. And how does it occur that we have this name? I think when we first started, that was in 2022 actually, whereby we first started our headquarters in Singapore. And then we actually started looking into projects that we can make for DayOne. And actually we were trying to do Singapore business. But unfortunately at that time, data centers was in moratorium. So that's why we started thinking where else we can create the market. Johor became one on the market that we went in. And since then become history. We make it very successful, I believe. And then we also make it into a notable data center location in the world map of data centers. And the next one is Batam. Batam is a location where we feel that it's near to Singapore. It's enough to carry some of the load that Singapore can handle to be equipped into either Batam or Johor. So that is the kind of Sijori connectivity that we're talking about. And then we started talking about the Sijori name and start to popularize the name Sijori. And people understand that because it is like a sharing of a load between the three countries, and then at the same time serving the customers together. So I think that kind of concept carries very well with customers.
Especially, I mean, in Asia, we've been to Asia just a few months ago, and the vibe in Asia is completely incredible. There's so much demand, and there's appetite for things. It's completely different, and the conversations don't get stuck in topics like they do in the US and in Europe. You guys just get it done, which is a nice thing to see. Before we go into geographies, I love geography, so we'll be talking a lot about pins on the map and where you're going to go next and all that. You just closed the Series B funding round, which together with your Series A makes about $1.9 billion US dollars. I think it's US dollars, not Singaporean dollars. Correct me if I'm wrong. How are you going to use that cash? Like, what's the plan for that?
I think very much into creating our business model to make it more, enhance it and strengthen it as well. So we are creating markets other than in Johor. We're also creating new markets like Thailand that we recently just talked about, and then also very much in our publicity that we talked about it. So this funding that we have is really to strengthen our presence in some of the existing market that we have. Johor, Malaysia, and Batam, as well as to new markets like Thailand. I think these are the way how we're going to dispense the fund that we have gotten. One of the new markets that we're also exploring, probably you may know from some publicity, we have already engaged with a Spain GM. So it is a market that we are also exploring in the near future in Europe. whether there's opportunity in Europe that we could do
Yeah.
more on. The other market that we already have presence on is Japan. But Japan is something that I think we need to focus more. So this will be another market that in the next 3 to 5 years, we're going to focus a lot of time on as well. Japan, Europe, other than the Asia market
Very
that we have.
interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, we will dissect each one of them, but
Right.
Asia, Europe, nothing in the Middle East. Would that not be of interest as well? It seems like a natural pathway.
Yes, it is true. Via Europe, yes, and
Yeah.
then we'll see how the market. You see,
All right, Europe first.
every market that we go in, it's really led by customers. I think the way we have been successful is that we always follow the customer footprint. So as we evolve in Europe, I think naturally we might go into the Middle Eastern market as well, because there are some correlation to the Europe market as well.
Okay.
So I think it is eventually that we might look into the Middle East market, but at least for the focus market at this moment, we are looking at really the Europe as well as Spain in particular, and then and then Thailand and Japan. I think these are the few new markets that we want to spend some time to really grow it, like the way we have grown the Sijori region. Yeah.
I guess for Europe, why Spain? Why Spain first?
It's Southern Europe, and then there's a lot of green power. So we decided that maybe it is a location where we can really be able to deploy our skill set in there.
Now you can just start. I'll ask you again. Why Spain? Why Spain first?
Yes. So the winning factors for us is that we've been able to bring in the technology for construction in a very big scale. And Spain will give us a very good opportunity whereby we can bring in some of the technology on construction into that location. So we are able to kind of enhance the delivery system that's in Spain at the moment. And then we believe that there are opportunity whereby we could actually identify some location that we can use in deploying some of this very good technology and also to bring in the customers that's needed. There is a lack of power in Spain in the near term, but we believe we can.
Apart from the north.
Yeah, that's right. And then we will try to see how we overcome that and then identify the right project for it. Yeah.
Is your expansion, and we'll go back to Asia in a second, but is your expansion mostly organic or inorganic? As in, will you be looking at acquiring existing data center businesses, or are you going to do more just organic, just build it from ground up?
We will look into both strategy, either to acquire or to look into organic strategy.
Yes, both. A hybrid approach.
That's right. I mean, for launching this new market, we probably consider both. Right.
There's a lot of assets to be acquired in these areas. And beyond Spain, what else in Europe will be looking at? Because we look at the map and pretty much every country now comes up in conversations.
I think one of the day one focus system is that we always want to focus on business, focus on what we have, and I think that's how we want to be. So I think if in the next 3 years I can build Japan and Europe market as well as Thailand market, I think I've been again a darling in this space. So I think I will focus on that. But wherever there's new ambition, we'll definitely be happy to talk more about it.
I'm sure the ambition is not going to be lacking because
yes.
It's not even that, it's just the opportunity is so big. Wherever you look in the world, there's an opportunity to build something huge and amazing that's going to portray society forward. When you look into megawatt power or gigawatt powers, what's the dream portfolio-wise? Like, let's say, how much do you want in Europe? How much do you envision for Asia? How big is the portfolio going to be?
Right.
3-5 years.
Let's talk about portfolio on customers. I think the portfolio for customers we have right now is the US customers probably 30%, the non-US customer is probably 70%. Going forward, the customer base that we're looking at is between 50-50 for the US and non-US customers. In terms of country spread that we're looking at, we talk about probably in Asia, 50%, and then if we could expand into Europe and Japan, we also looking into 50% of those markets so that we have a balanced portfolios. I think that's how we want to kind of spread out our risk. I think that's the thinking behind it.
And how much power do you think they're going to be consuming, or capacity they're going to be using at your facilities? Are we talking about 1 gigawatt, 2 gigawatt? Are you still going to be in the hundreds? We're not afraid of asking gigawatts anymore because everyone is saying gigawatts.
Everyone's talking about it. Well, I think in Johor we probably have close to a gigawatt of supply there.
That'll be one of the largest platforms in that region. I'm just thinking of some of your competitors. don't think anyone has a gigawatt in that area, so
maybe they have.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
It's still going to be quite disruptive.
Yeah. So I think that kind of size have to take years to deploy. So we are looking at near term, probably 500 kind of megawatt kind of near term, and then maybe additional 500 in the next 3 to 5 years term. Yeah, talking about the kind of sizes that we have, I think the strategy that we have is that, first of all, is each country that we have, we always try to have 2 zoning. That means 2 zoning campus, like zoning campus in say with 20 kilometers apart kind of zoning centers.
So for redundancy?
Campus, that's right, for redundancy. So like in Johor, we have got both. One in the east of Johor and another one in the west of Johor. So that's how we look at things. So similarly, on every country, we try to look into possibility to create at least 2 zones that for us, and it's where the customers will like to be as well. So if you look at situation like that, we would like to look at least 250 megawatt on each side minimum. So it's about 500 megawatt for each country that we have to go in order to be sizable and scaling, necessary scale for customers as well to grow. So I think that's the kind of thinking behind it. Yeah.
So to build all that, that's going to require quite a lot of capital. So I guess another 1-2 billion. How are you planning to finance it? Are you going to go for another Series C at some point? Are you going to be raising debt? It's going to be private equity. Give us just a little bit of an overview of how you're going to finance the next 3 to 5 years. Where's the money going to come from?
Different instrument.
This is the question I don't get many long answers, don't worry. It's not just you.
I think different instruments. So there are always opportunity for another Series C, probably. There's also opportunity for mezzanine debt that we might look into. Who knows, maybe a possible IPO in the next 2 to 3 years, we don't know.
That'll be very interesting.
We don't know, right? So, but all these are possibilities of raising money. So I think we will look at each very carefully and see what's the best way for us. But definitely, I think the shareholders will have a say. So we'll see what happens.
If it was an IPO, would you be looking at Singapore or America?
Evaluating.
It doesn't have to be a straight question, but a straight answer, but.
Hard to say.
Too early.
That's right. Too early. Yes,
we'll
too
catch
early.
up in 3 years.
I think most importantly, we need to raise the money when necessary.
I think one of the big topics as well, and so I'm going to let you go in a second, so I know you're busy as well, but in terms of power, how, from what you're seeing now that you're looking to Spain, into Europe, and of course you're quite present in Asia as well, how would you compare the challenge of power in both regions? We've touched a little bit on Spain, but how do you balance that to make sure that the platform is sustainable, uses renewable energy, it's planet friendly, all those sort of things? How do you balance all that?
I think in Spain, I think renewable energy is always there, so that's a good thing on that. In our Asia, actually, what is more difficult is probably in Asia region, like in Malaysia and Johor, whereby the location that we are in, the direct access of renewable energy is always difficult. So what we do is that we actually work with the grid, the state grid, and then see how we can use part of those green energy that they're creating at the moment through various schemes that they have, and then see how we can kind of supplement it with some of those green energy schemes that we have to kind of balance off our power requirement. So and on top of that, we also creating a lot of technology, like for example some cooling technology that we have, and also efficient use of power. Some ways of using more efficient use of power through monitoring, through efficient tool management that can kind of reduce our PUE as well as WUE. So these are one of the ways that we try to be more sustainable going forward as well.
Well, then I guess my last question would be, because we're meeting at PTC'25, when we meet here again in 26, so in 12 months' time, what's the one thing you would like the industry to have done? So the global community, what's the one thing we need to change, adopt, or manage to reach an agreement on for data centers across the globe?
I think it would be good to have a convention for data centers players to actually meet together and then have some sharing of knowledge and experience. I think that would be an interesting
collaboration
thing if PTC can organize that. I think that will help everybody in the industry.
Well, we'll see you again next year then.
Thank you.
But Jamie Khoo, CEO of DayOne's, thank you so much for talking to me. And as for your home, thank you for watching, and do check our website and social media for the latest digital infrastructure news from across the globe. At the Tech Capital, you lead, we report. Bye for now.